Assalamu alaikum. It's the chosen one, the guiding one, the chosen one. It's the man with the pitcher of water. Um, man, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Um, I had a really interesting encounter with Godlogic and his little posse. And let me tell you, the intellectual dishonesty, right? It was so vast in that chat. I got actually booted out of the live when I had gotten in. Things got a little heated. We're going back and forth in terms of debating, religion and Islam and all that. And my phone ended up dying, so I came home to charge it, and I saw that they didn't post the live. And I was looking for it all over their page, their Instagram, their Facebook to see if they were maybe been live on those platforms. And it turned out that he made the video private. And then, oh my God, there's so much to unpack. There's so much to unpack. And I have the recording of these guys. I actually was able to get back in to the StreamYard, not knowing they were still live. I thought they had been done, but they were still live, and they were like, "Oh, he's back, he's back." And so I started talking to them again. He was like, "Hey, man, I already debunked you. I chopped up your video, and here it is. You want me to play it back?" But obviously, we were debating about stuff. I'll get into what we were debating actually in a little bit. But man, I've never met somebody who can misconstrue something that they didn't like. How can you ask someone a question when they go to answer, you interrupt them, then using what you interrupted them with, your own words, try to fight the argument as if I was the one who said what you used to interrupt me. Like if I go like person A and B here, like, hey, I want you to say, I want you to answer this question. Okay, I'm gonna answer this question. Da 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 da. Well, you're interrupting me. Da 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 da. And then he went along to say the very thing that he was interrupting me with was my point. And I wasn't even making a point because I never finished because he kept interrupting. And like these people on these channels, right? Like it's scary to believe that these people follow Jesus. It's really scary to believe. Assalamu alaikum, baby. Hello? Salam. Hello? You gotta unmute yourself, babe.
Yeah, I know. It's just I'm dealing with the kids.
Oh no, that's okay. It's just a little noise. But I don't even know how to begin this, love, because you were there. You helped me record the rest of it because I was live. They were already still when I went back into the live. They were like 5 hours in, huh? They were about 5 hours. Oh, you didn't see it, but they were like 5 hours in, still on, and they were like, "Oh, he's back." And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to show you just a little bit of the clip that my wife got from that. So whoever was in that Godlogic live today, which is what's the date, babe? April
The tw-
25th.
the 25th.
Godlogic and his crew were live, and I was part of that live. And when I came in, I've never seen so much like the dishonesty, the intellectual dishonesty that was within that group. And then it didn't even become a religious debate. It just became a what did you say versus what did I say debate.
Mm-hmm.
Or not those words were of truth. You didn't even debate truth after that. And but see the trick in what they do with all these Muslims on their lives is they'll ask them questions, and when they go to answer the questions, they interrupt them with other questions or other things they want to say. Then the Muslims get trapped in answering those things, and then they go, "Look, you're not even on topic. Look, you don't even see. This is not Islam. This is." It's like, bro, you're saying all these things and keeping people, straying people away from the topic that you originally asked. And the lie was about Muslims coming in to defend Islam. And so I'm like, the biggest point towards the end of our conversation, our debate, was about him saying that he didn't say something. Then I'll show the recording, baby. Put it up on YouTube, but don't play it yet. I'll show the recording. He basically said the very thing that I had made a claim about, which was that you did say that I could have the floor to talk about the Bible after we were done addressing the topic. And the topic at hand at the time was, are you messaging me? Still uploading. That's okay. That's okay. But the topic at hand was, we were talking about, what was it? Oh, no, we were talking about chapter 7. What is it? Was it chapter 7? Let me look. In the Quran, he was talking about Iblis being in heaven. That was the topic, right? Then, as he proceeded to correct himself because he didn't believe that Iblis was in heaven, and he caught the verse himself. And I had already told him, look, the literal title of the chapter 7 we were in, is al-araf, which means the elevated places, or that's a version of the translation, right? Bro, I told him that, and I said it's literally right here, but he wasn't listening. We were going back and forth, he couldn't hear me. And then he found it in verse, I think it was verse 13. No. Let me go to chapter 7. It was chapter 7, verse. Let me see. No, it had to been. I must have been like 40. Let me see. I'll find it. One sec. I think it was verse 11. Yeah, verse 11. So anybody has the Quran or like, it was, yeah. Yeah. So he had originally asked me, oh, we're gonna address this point. This was the topic. Why did Allah ask Iblis to bow if he was originally talking to the angels? And I told him because Iblis was in heaven. And I said Allah, and I also said that, Muslims will get me for this, but Iblis was also another angel, because the Bible also makes the claim that angels are ministers of fire, and they're made from fire, they're spirits, right? So if some of their spirits are fire, according to what their belief is, which is the Bible, then they should believe that claim, right? Correct? So I said that. Now he didn't want to address that. He just wanted to address the Iblis being in heaven. He's like, where does it say that they're in heaven? I was like, bro, it's right there. Just read. I said, get down from this place. In verse 13, get down from paradise. Right? If you go to verse 13, watch, I'll show you. I'll find the Arabic word too. One sec, because this is tough to get to. God said, 13, so it's going to start with Allah, Kul Allah, Kul Allah, right? Let's see, bear with me. Kul, no, that may not be it. Let me see. So let me find the word malaik. So, the angels. Okay, and then they said to the ant, what? Give me 1 second. I'm finding the Arabic here. Verse. Okay, so that's got to be verse 9. It's got to be verse 10. This is verse 11. I'm sorry, bear with me. Iblis. I'm trying to find this. This is tough, huh? Um, one sec. I'm close. I know I'm close. Okay. I think I found it here. Let's see. Hold on. God said. Yes. Here. That's tough to find. I can't read the Arabic right now, but basically, this dude was saying, "I'm sorry that took so long, guys." Basically, the dude was saying, "Oh, I found it in verse." He said, if he found it when he read verse 13, he himself found it. When I had already told him, bro, the title of the chapter means the elevated places. So if he's reading about Iblis, and I make the claim that Iblis was in heaven with the angels when Allah said for everybody to bow, all the angels to bow, and he says, but Iblis, he's like, show me where it says that. He found it himself, and basically it humbled himself. And he succeeded and he said, oh, there it is, right? Then he went on to something else. And we started talking about, I made the claim that angels are made of light. So as I made that claim, I was going through the Quran looking for Surah An-Nur because I couldn't remember what chapter that was for the life of me, right? And then as I was going through it, we kept talking. I don't remember what it was about, but we kept going back and forth. And then I told him, look, I'm going to secede because I can't find that verse, the verse talking about the angels being made of light, right? And so I said, I'm not going to do it. And then I said, I'm not going to do it anyway, because you said after we had found finish this topic that we would go to the Bible. And he started arguing with me saying he never said that. But I have a clip of him saying it when he was recording it back to me after he made the video private and he said he wasn't going to post it. Baby, did you get that part actually in the recording?
Say that again. Did I get what part?
The part where he said that he wasn't going to post it because he didn't like what.
You know what? I don't know. I think it cut off right before that. I
Yeah.
can check.
Well, it was live, and most of the time when these people go live, their videos post right after. But he made this video private, talking about sometimes I cut people off that I don't like the conversation, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to post it because I don't like how our conversation went. And I sort of told him, like, bro, regardless of who's right or who's wrong, let the people decide. If you're really intellectually honest, right? I said, talking about intellectual honesty here, bro. If that's the case, and then he started interrupting me saying how, oh, you're trying to tell me what I can and can't post. And his friends like, get this guy out of here. He's a weirdo. Da, da, da. Bro, they're being so intellectually dishonest. And then he said, you think I did that? You think I made it private for you? And I'm thinking to myself, bro, you're still in the live after my phone died and I came back in. You were still live. You cut the live, went private. It's not posted to YouTube or any of his recording platforms. It's not posted right now. And he literally said, oh, you think I did it because of you? I never said that. But clearly he did do it because of me. Because when I came back into the live, which is the recording my wife has, she's going to show us. When I came back into it, guess what he had chopped up? The part where we were discussing. He had chopped it up to fit his narrative, saying, look, you see, I already proved you wrong. Da, 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 da. I was like, how you prove me wrong when one, you booted me out. He kept muting me. So I couldn't explain the part that he cut up. Couldn't explain it. He kept muting me, but I have it. I have it. So whoever taps into my YouTube page and wherever else I post this, people are going to see it. How intellectually dishonest these guys are. And these Muslims are going to be coming that for me too, because I told them I put the hadith on blast. If it's not in the Quran is the ultimate hadith. It has over 30 instances in it where it uses the word hadith, and it tells Muslims what other hadith are you going to bring? What other lie are you going to tell outside of God's words? You changing the word of God. by bringing your own hadith. And I said, I don't follow words of men. And that's how they couldn't hold me accountable to nothing. Dude was like, well, how do you pray? Do you pray 5 times a day? I said, where does it say that in the Quran? Couldn't answer. Well, how many times do you pray? I pray as when I feel like I'm compelled to pray to God as my duty as a Muslim. And he said, oh, you're not even a real Muslim. I was like, okay, how can you determine if I'm not a real Muslim if you have a platform that's built on literally tearing the religion down? So you want to go about disproving how false the religion is, but then tell me I'm not a true follower of the religion you believe to be false. You a retard. But they don't want to call me weird, doing all this. This is what they do on their channel. They get a lot of broken English, Pakistani, Sunni, Arab, white Arab Muslims. When their own Bible tells them where Prophet Muhammad sprang up and where a lot of the Arabs came from, which is the Horn of Africa. Remember, baby, we did our research. The Horn of Africa and parts of Lower Arabia, Southern Arabia. So Prophet Muhammad was a black man. You know, oh, what are you, Nation of Islam? You should have seen the beginning of it. They were so fucking, they tried to figure me out, put me in a box. They couldn't. And that's why they were so nervous, and he had to pull me aside one-on-one. Then he started talking about, what did he talking about? Oh, he said, what verse was that, babe? Do you have it pulled up on your laptop from when I was researching it? It was I think it was still chapter 7, like verse like 90 or something. Like, let me see. Hold on. No, it was like, what was it? No, I'm sorry. It was Baqarah and Ma'idah, right? So if we turn to chapter 5 of the Quran, these dudes were trying to say that there were verses in the Quran that were forgotten. And I said, bro, he's using a hypothetical. He literally started the verse by saying, if we decided to make the verses forgotten. I said, bro, do you hear the word if? It's literally a hypothetical because it makes the claim that there are no forgotten verses in the Quran. But if they decided to do so, they just replace it with something better. That is what the Quran is saying. But he tried to make it so are there forgotten verses? Oh, you don't even know what you're talking about. Bro, what kind of paradox are you living in? How are you even refuting me right now? This is the fallacy of their argument. How are you refuting me right now, telling me I'm not the right type of Muslim that for you to disprove? What the fuck? Like, do you understand? Do y'all understand that? Like, I don't think y'all get that concept. Their whole goal is to bring Muslims in for them to defend Islam because they're so haughty. They're so, in their minds, they're the best, in terms of destroying Islam. But then they ran into me. I took hadith, their biggest weapon, away from them because the Quran is the ultimate hadith, like I made in my 3-hour hadith lecture that you guys can go watch. So they had no real weapon. So he had to go to the Quran. And then he started misconstruing the words in the Quran. And when I asked him, oh, look at the Arabic. What does the Arabic say that word means? Oh, I don't have to. It's right here. I was like, how do you know that's a true translation? Dude, what's wrong with you? I was like, well, dude, what do you mean what's wrong with me? Look up the Arabic, right? We're looking at a translation, right? From, you know what I mean? Like, dude, I told him I have this book here explained by Nuruddin, but I don't know if he's a Pakistani or speaks Urdu and his mind going from Urdu to Arabic to English. I don't know if he translated it the correct way. You know what I mean? I don't know who this person is. So I told him, like, how do you know the translation is good? Because I said, here's a clear example of that. We both read from the Quran, but the verses we read from the same chapters sound different in terms of how they're explaining it, the words being used to explain that verse. They're both different. It was a prime example live on his live stream. But they couldn't get that because they're so like gung-ho on trying to shut you down and disprove you and make you look foolish rather than actually arguing the text. So baby, I want you to pull up that live and we're gonna break that down. I mean that recording, and we're gonna break it down. Make sure it's loud enough though, so people can hear it. By the way, just to preface, this is after the live stream. Him and his buddy were still talking. So after the live stream, I had clicked back into my StreamYard link that took me to his live stream. I didn't even know, but I was looking for their live because they had cut it off. And so I was looking for it. I didn't know they were still live. They brought me back in. And the timestamp was like 5 hours and some change. So they were still talking. Came in, he's like, "Oh, you're back. Yeah, we already disproved you." And I'm like, "No, you guys didn't. You guys didn't even let me speak. This is what I was saying." Da, da, da. And then he kept interrupting me. Then muted me to tell me that I was wrong about what I said. That I said, and said that he didn't say something. Then played the video saying that he chopped it up just for that. Oh man, it's crazy. Play it, baby. Play it. Play it. Because enough is enough. These guys got to stop. They met their match and better. I ain't never seen nobody cut a whole live and then say, "I'm not gonna post it." And this the most heated, bro. I'm telling you. I even said it on the live. I said, "There's a reason you haven't booted me yet." Bro, I'm going in on these dudes, man. It's crazy. Babe, you there? You must be dealing with the kids. It was so crazy, guys, and like, oh my god, I hope whoever was on that live, if you guys end up seeing this, because I don't have followers, I don't really care to. I just like putting the truth out there, and whoever runs across it runs across it. But because I'm not like them, I don't need to have a specific audience to where I need to shame other people to believe in my message. I'm not like them. They do that and they interrupt a lot. And many people come on the channel saying, "You're interrupting me and you're not letting me finish." Even if my point is wrong, let me make the point so you can refute it as wrong. But you don't do that. You don't do that. You guys are suckers. And you met your match today. And I'm ready to go rounds. Rounds. I have 6 hour conversations, but you're going to see in the thing, he was saying, "Oh, sometimes I like to cut it off because I don't like what people said." So how is that intellectual honesty? If you really want people to see what it is that Muslims out there believe, especially me, because I'm not Orthodox, I'm different from all these other Muslims out here, Sunni, Shia, Ahmadiyya, Baha'i, any of them. So if you really want people to see the truth, let people's thoughts and ideas and beliefs come out on your platform. And then if you're really about your shit, you can really refute everything they say, but you're not refuting anything they say. You're not refuting any claims. And I've already made videos. I don't need to repeat myself. I don't need to go live with you again and start making these claims. Just go watch my videos, guys, and you'll see I debunk them. That the Muslims don't have the narrative that I have for Isaiah 53. In terms of, when I say my narrative, in terms of when you read it, and that's all I do for you guys, when you read it, it doesn't fit the narrative that you guys are saying. So when I say this is the narrative, it's just from me reading it, not me trying to read it and then put an interpretation on it. I'm reading it and then I say what I read. I read it and then I say what I read. And that's all you're going to see in my videos. And I debunk the whole Bible. Christians were first called Christians in Antioch. That's by Paul. Paul created Christianity. And Jesus ain't never told you to be Christian because Jesus didn't speak Greek, because the root word of Christian is Christ. And Christ is a Greek word. Even John tells people Christ is Jesus is being interpreted the Christ, because Christ was Greek for Messiah, because the Greeks didn't have a word for anointing or the Messiah. They didn't even have a word for spirit. So when the Latin came in, which was the Romans, when the Latin came in, they were able to translate this word, because I guarantee you guys, I've done the comparisons online. Look up the word Christ. In Greek, you get two different ones. You get either Christos, which is the English translation of the Greek, or you get something like, I can't pronounce the Greek, but it's like Sikio, some weird. But you get two different translations. But then you go back to the original, you go back to the anointed one, and it's Masih in Arabic and the Semitic languages, because Greek ain't no goddamn Semitic language. So why are you using a Greek word to denote your savior? That made no sense. But hey, you can't tell these guys anything. They got an answer for everything. Because when I first came in the chat, I said, why does Mark say that it's the beginning of the gospel of Jesus Christ and no other gospel says that? Oh, that's because that's just Mark saying that that's how it's beginning Jesus' gospel. I don't care if they're crying, baby. If the kids are crying, put the laptop and the phone in the closet or something, and let the recording play so that people can hear it and then come back and get it after. Can you hear me? Okay, thank you, baby. Appreciate you. They're crying because it's time for bed, huh? It's late. I don't know why they keep staying up. Maybe it's these hours, these summertime hours. It's practically summer, right? I don't even know. But man, I have never met a more intellectually dishonest group. I think they're just in the business of trolling people because they have people in this state of belief rather than a state of faith, which is um, faith has to be based in conviction. Like it doesn't make sense for you. You can have faith in anything, but if you don't have conviction in that thing, and it's not going to make any sense for you to have that faith. But they get people lost in these beliefs, and a lot of Christians, the reason they resonate with such a large Christian group of people is because it's all feelings based, and they don't read their scriptures. Oh, he's going to go to Deuteronomy 18. That's what they said to me when I first came in. I said, I can prove to you guys with the Bible. He said, you're going to go to Deuteronomy 18, and da, 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 da. I said, no, how about Isaiah chapter 60? They weren't ready for it. Oh, well, but they want to put meanings into things where they don't belong. Because Isaiah, I went over this in my other live, right? Islam in the Bible. Isaiah clearly in verse 60 talks about a redeemer who has seed, right? So if you're going from 53, Isaiah 53 to 60, there's a constant theme of a redeemer coming. It's not Jesus, because Christians claim that it's Jesus. It's not Jesus, because that same redeemer in verse 20 of chapter 59, which is the last verse of chapter 59 of Isaiah, says that this is the redeemer, and then it continues in chapter 60, who this redeemer is, and he has seed. And his seed, the words that are coming out of this redeemer's mouth from God, because Isaiah, God is talking through him. You can read it. It says that this person has seed. Jesus didn't have seed. He didn't have children. And I've heard arguments, Jesus had seed in terms of his followers. His followers were his seeds. Making shit up. So Jesus's seeds and followers, right? Jesus had seed, and his seed went to Arabia, right? And showed the house of Jacob their sins, using the Arabs and the Gentiles as their forces, and the camels and dromedaries of Midian, which is Saudi Arabia, and Sheba, which is southern Arabia and the Horn of Africa, near like Sudan and all that. So when I make the claim that Prophet Muhammad's ancestry comes from Sudan and like Ethiopia area, kind of like that general area near the Horn, talking about Islam spread to Africa. No, it didn't. It was rooted in Africa. Prophet Muhammad was a black man. But anyway, baby, if you're ready, I know you're dealing with the kids. Please just like play the live. You're on mute, so I don't know if you're playing it or play the recording, not the live. I mean the recording. It is a live, but play the recording of the live, so these people can hear. Because I want these people to hear what these niggas was on. This was Maney. This was Maney. And then like they would interrupt me explaining something, and the thing that they said, they would put it into my mouth as if I said it, and then argue against it, literally just having a conversation with themselves. I'm like, bro, I didn't even say that. I don't know what you're talking about. Let me finish saying what I'm saying. You can't make a point against me if I haven't finished saying what I was saying. They just couldn't hear it. They just couldn't hear it because they have to have me wrong, talk over me, and oh man, get rid of this. His friend's back there. Get rid of this guy, man. Like, bro, these people are literally illogical. It's like the mental gymnastics is insane. It's insane. But I'm happy I was able to get on that live platform in front of all those people, because my wife even found a comment in the section. She said, man, that cutoff was crazy. Because he made it private. Why did you have to go private, bro? He went and told me, I didn't do it for you. Well, who the hell did you do it for? How come when I come in back into the live after my phone had died, I come back into the live and you showing me a clipped video of what you and me talked about? And in your video's private. But it's not for me. It's not because of me. Yeah, it is because of me. I'll make the claim and I'll say it. It's because of me. And I've never seen you do that before. You're talking about I can decide what I want to do. Yeah, of course, it's your channel. But it's just gonna make you look more, whether or not I come back, whether or not I'm relevant in this anymore, I'm the only one who made you look like this. The man with the pitcher of water. It's enough that you guys are making out here being heretics and clowning and being hecklers towards Islam, because you are, and then you're getting haughty because you disprove these broken English dudes, these Pakistani Sunni white Arabs who don't know any better, because they're following the words of men, the traditions of men, just like Jesus said in the Bible to you guys. You guys are following the traditions of men. All you want to quote is all these other men, Paul, Luke, and all these other people. And then I caught y'all in the lie too about my wife was watching it with me before you guys made the video private. We were watching the recap of the live, right? And you guys even got caught up when I asked you about Mark. I said Mark was with Paul. You said no, Mark was the scribe of Peter, and you said Peter was the scribe of Mark. And then, but they were not. I said, well, if they're eyewitnesses, then how are they? You know, if they're eyewitness, how are they just gathering together, writing things about what they thought, what they heard from other eyewitnesses? Well, so they weren't eyewitnesses. Now you're lying. Now you're caught in your lie. And then they said something. I said, why does it say the beginning of the gospel of Jesus Christ in Mark? When Mark, it comes after Matthew, which is the first gospel to appear. Well, the Bible is not in order. It's not in sequential order. And then now you're looking stupid. So you mean to tell me this is the word of God and it's not in order? In terms of other people telling somebody else's story? It's fine if it's not in order, fine. But when you have other people telling somebody else's story, and they only, like out of the four of them, the only one is Mark, who claims that it's the beginning. You read all the other gospels, nobody says it's the beginning. Ain't that funny? And I told them straight up too. I was like, yo, I can show you guys the verses. You know, because I'm all about dealing with the verses themselves. I'm all about truth. I don't just talk out of my butt. I can show you the verses where Paul says he was with Mark, and then they switched up. Well, yeah, they were with Mark later, and man, and all they wanted to do was shit on me because there was like 5 of them in there at a time. And then I don't know what happened, but dude wanted to deal with me one-on-one, as if he was like refuting me or something. And all of a sudden, you want to, oh, the video was too long, and I went over my time and all this other stuff, and I was like, you're lying, bro. If you went over your time, why is it that when my phone died and I came back in at the 5-hour mark, not at it, but a little after the 5-hour mark, you're still live with your buddy talking. The live is private. Nobody else can see it anymore. And you're saying, oh, I need to cut it. I need to do that. That's why I made it private, because I needed it. Oh, really? Okay. That's all right. Make it private. Chop up my words, because I have proof that you chopped up my words, because I have the recording that you're playing back only our part. So go ahead. You look stupid. Regardless of whether or not these Christians that you have on your platform and these Muslims that you have on your platform think I'm wrong, you still have to contend with the fact that you needed to chop up my words in order to prove yourself right. Done. Done. Baby, where are you? Play the video, please. I'm talking because you're not playing it. Where are you at?
Okay, I'm here. 1 second. I'll play it right now.
Okay, if you have to, like I said, put the phone and the laptop or wherever you have the recording at.
Yeah, I have it all set up.
Yeah, or something. Close the door if the kids are like being rowdy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
Sure.
Is that good?
Then Allah says, what prevention you from prostrating when I commanded you? You created new fire in him. I'm trying to talk over the whole did except he please refuse to prostrate with the others. Then Allah says, what prevention you from prostrating when I commanded you? I am better than he is. You created new fire in him from clay. So Who's the command given to in chapter 7, verse 11? My brother. Who's the command given to in chapter 7? We're not talking about Mark. So if you're going to leave, but we're not talking about Mark.
You see, you brought up Mark.
We're talk about the Bible and how it shows Islam. That's not defending Islam in the way that I'm saying do it in this line.
See, you want to control the narrative. They got me on mute right now.
All right, you can do it after. You know what? I'll get right. All right, you can do it after. After this contradiction, you can do it after. I'll let you say what you want to say.
He said I can do it. Address the Bible. He never let me.
Thank you. Literally, bro, the level of patience is insane. I would not have let him on here. Whatever.
So am I unmuted? Are you guys gonna continue to be dishonest? That's fine. You still brought me back in. Like what the heck? Y'all still brought me back in.
Listen to what he just said. He just said.
They took me out. They can't hear me.
We can talk about the Bible after I get done addressing.
Muted.
He gets done addressing.
This is a replay of the recording.
And the angels were in heaven. That's not what I just said. I said after we get done addressing the contradiction, whether he believes in Allah and the angels are in heaven is not a contradiction. I never said that was a contradiction.
You said no.
I never said that was in this line. Listen, if I make the claim and I can provide proof of that claim, all right, you can do it after. You know what? I'll get right. All right, you can do it after. After this contradiction, you can do it after. I'll let you say what you want to say. Yeah.
Right there.
Boom.
Boom. What? You muted me, so I wouldn't have the chance to explain. Okay, you had your chance to go through the video. I'm gonna respond now. So you said this is what you guys do. You want to just talk over, but whoever was in the comments, all those people who were on the live saw this intellectual dishonesty, and you were intellectually dishonest. We're not gonna sit here and do this. We're not gonna sit here. You played the clip. And then you said that I wanted to bring up Mark. I was bringing up Mark to say that was the topic we had started with, to show that you guys were deviating from the original topic, which was the Gospel of Mark. But I wasn't trying to get back to Mark. I said, let me discuss the Bible. Hold on. I'm not done talking. You guys do this all the time. Let me finish the point before you have some. How can you argue against me if I haven't finished talking? How can you argue against me? I'm not. You're just going to have to boot me. You're just going to have to boot me because I'm not going to change from the subject, bro. Because you keep trying to No, bro. I'm not jumping. I'm telling you what it was said. You literally said it. The topic was
He can't have anybody else talk. It's just what he says. He broke up a clip of what he said.
You see? No intellectual dishonesty, but I'm muted.
Now you're unmuted.
No intellectual. I'm muted. I can't explain my point unless he wants me to explain it the way he wants. It's BS. It's BS.
You got a problem.
Okay. Here, let me say this then. Let me say this one thing. If I'm not listening, let me finish saying what I'm saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Let me finish saying.
And you just want to talk. I said before you go there, let's establish the first thing that you said when we just started talking about this again. We are establishing one point first. Whether you corrected me about going back to Mark or the Bible, I literally said in this clip, okay, fine, you can talk about that after we finish this contradiction. Well, you're shaking
said I was going back to Mark.
I just played the clip.
Can I answer? Or are you going to mute me again?
No, you can't. What are you shaking?
Oh, I can't answer now.
You're shaking your head no, and I just played the clip.
Can I answer the shaking the head question or no? Can I answer the shaking the head question or no? Because if I go to respond to that, you just gonna mute me again? This is the tactic that you guys use. It's sorry. It really is sorry. I do this for real, bro. I do this for real.
That's not how you debate, bro. You don't debate by
you don't debate by muting people either. You don't debate by muting people either, bro. Come on now. I told you in the beginning, intellectual honesty. That's not honest when you make the live private, and then now you keep muting me and unmuting me. I can't say what I'm supposed to. What I have to say.
I made the live private because of you.
Did I say that?
I told you. I would give you the freaking clip. Are you stupid?
I didn't. Did I say that?
Because now watch. He won't give it to me. Watch.
This is what I'm saying. You interject things that aren't true, and then you try to. Oh yeah, I'm wasting his time because you guys don't know how to. You guys don't know how to think logically. You guys don't know how to think. It's okay. You guys don't know how to think logically. That's okay. It's okay. Send me the clip. Send me the clip, and I'll make a review on it. And you can make it. Send me the clip.
So I'll send you the clip if you're honest. Did I tell you that you can talk about the Bible after you finish explaining to me how Iblis and Allah was in paradise? Did I say that?
You can have what you want. Just send me the clip. How about that?
Goodbye. You ain't getting that.
No, of course I'm not. Of course I'm not. Of course.
And it's still private. It's still private. It's still private.
You see that? You see that? Answer my question.
Even if you are Christian or Muslim, whatever the case is, don't entertain these fools. They're lost. They're lost and they're trolls. They gotten so used and hyped up on talking to broken English Muslims who don't even know how to translate their own thoughts into them you know what I'm saying? Or people who don't have a full background on the shit. Or racist Muslims that like to claim that Prophet Muhammad was a black man. And I will tell y'all he was a black man so I can study and tell you where all this came from. They don't have that. I have all the knowledge. It's right here. We were in chapter 5, verse 90 and 91, talking about gambling and intoxicants. We were in chapter 2, talking about the same thing. We were in chapter 7, and that's what he was addressing in the video. So what you guys heard was my wife recording me being able to come back into the live, not knowing they were still live. It's 5 hours in. So she had recorded the live. And us recapping the conversation, which is why he replayed a video of me and him talking. This is a 5-hour live. I had only come in maybe 2-3 hours into it. They had already interviewed hella other people. He only clipped that portion to say that I was wrong and then kept it private. I guarantee you now, you go on Godlogic page or Godlogic 2.0's page or whoever was there, and you're not going to see the live video posted. And if you do, he's going to try to chop it up or take it out. But you can clearly see he was there playing it. You're unmuted. You're unmuted. No. Mute him again. Mute him again. Then kind of tell me I'm not being honest. And this is not how you debate. Okay, so debating is being able to mute somebody on your channel whenever you feel like it, not hear the rest of their points, because you're not really refuting anything. If you don't let people talking, you're not refuting anything. So how can you be right about anything if you haven't refuted claims that weren't made yet? They're ignoramuses. They are. So I'm telling anybody out there who sees this, get away from these dudes. If you're Christian and you really want to be a follower of Christ, don't do this. Don't follow these guys, because Christ wouldn't be on the channel muting people saying you're wrong. Now, are you going to let me tell you you're wrong? Okay, I'm going to unmute you now. Oh, you're trying to explain further? Mute. He's nigga, what? I'm almost sorry I wasted my time. But you know what I did as the man with the pitcher of water? I went in there and I exposed them, bro. Because regardless of who thinks I'm wrong or right, Muslim, Christian, wrong or right, it doesn't matter. Guess what? They look stupid not posting this live. And with me having proof that they chopped up my portion of the video, because we did talk for a good like hour and some change, close to like 2 hours almost. No, it's about an hour and some change. I wouldn't say it was that long. But we did talk for a while, but they only clipped that portion. So what you guys heard was us, when he was muting me, that wasn't the live. That was us talking. And he played a recap of the live within this recording. I want you guys to understand that. So these guys, man, I've never seen no shit like this before in my life. But the man with the pitcher of water came. I came. And I'm breaking the cross like I said I would. I'm telling you, man, it was so intellectually dishonest. Babe, let's play it one more time. Put it to the side, make sure it's nice and close to the speaker, and play it one more time. Baby.
1 second.
Please refuse to prostrate with the others. Then Allah says, what prevented you from prostrating when I commanded you? You ain't better than he is. You created him from fire and him from clay. So, who's the command given to in chapter 7, verse 11?
Chapter 7, verse.
My brother. Who's the command given to in chapter 7? We're not talking about Mark. So if you're going to leave, leave. But we're not talking about Mark.
See, you brought up Mark.
Talk about the Bible and how it shows Islam. That's not defending Islam in the way that I'm saying do it in this line.
See, you want to control the narrative. They got me on mute right now.
All right, you can do it after. You know what? I'll get right. All right, you can do it after. After this contradiction, you can do it after. I'll let you say what you want to say. Okay, then address it. Yeah, read it one more time. Cool.
Hey, pause it.
Thank you.
So if you guys can hear that, what he said was, I'll let you do it after we address this. What we were addressing, he said it, chapter 7, verse 11, after we finish addressing this contradiction in here, because he wanted to make the point that there was a contradiction there in terms of why would God be telling the angels to bow and then tell Iblis to bow? Because he wants to make the assertion that Iblis was amongst the angels. How is he there with the, like? And I said, well, that's because Iblis is in the heavens, and that was how our argument was. But you guys heard it. Because I wanted to address the Bible, and I said, okay, we can address. He said, we can address that. I'll let you address that after. You heard those words. We never got there, so he lied. And he said that, oh, we're not going to go to Mark. We're not going to go to Mark. The reason he was saying that, because he believed I was going back to Mark. I wasn't. I was simply explaining that we started at Mark and we ended up over here because you guys want to deviate from the original topics to show. I was trying to show him how he was deviating and deflecting from the original topic because he was trying to pull from this verse and this verse and this verse. Okay, well, what about this? And what about this? What about this contradiction? What about this? He was going to different things, and we had originally started in the Bible, but that's their game. They want to get away from the Bible, and I took Hadith away. He couldn't argue with me over Hadith. He said, "Oh, you must be the authority." I said, "No, the Quran is, and the Quran makes the claim that it's the authority. It's the Hadith. It says, and what other Hadith will you then come with?" It's talking to the Muslims, and I told them that in the earlier part of the live stream, but he wanted to cut that out and only provide this part. You see, you're a liar. You guys are so intellectually dishonest. It's laughable. It's ridiculous. But you're doing it in the name of Jesus, bro, which is even worse. Because the Bible will testify against you. Jesus said not to do it in Matthew chapter 7, verses 21 and 23. He said not to do it, not to do things in his name. Because everything you do in his name will be in vain. Like it says in Matthew chapter 15, verse 9. For man will worship me in vain, teaching the doctrines of men, which is what you guys do. Follow a bunch of men. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. They're not Jesus. Paul, not Jesus. All your tenets of your Christian faith comes from these dudes who are not Jesus. Man will worship me in vain. What do? You guys worship Christ as God. Based on what other men have told you, Paul and all of them. And that's exactly what Jesus said in Matthew, according to Matthew. Literally fitting more of the narrative of a disbeliever in the Bible than you are fitting a follower of the Bible. When it tells you that a redeemer is coming from Arabia and is going to gather the flocks of the Kedar and Sheba and have the Gentiles as his forces, and God will put his spirit upon him. You guys are so intellectually dishonest. It's so fucking crazy. It is hilarious. And I'm glad there were people in that live, and I'm glad that those people will never be able to see their comments because you made it private, because you were too scared to look wrong when you had seceded about verse 13 of chapter 7, because like you wanted to pick and choose so bad you couldn't read 2 verses later to find your answer when it was right there. And then you finally found it and you seceded. And when you seceded, we started getting into the topic about angels being light, because I made that claim. And then as I told you I couldn't find that, you said, no, find the verse. I said, I can't find that verse, but I'm not going to do it anyway, because you said that I could go and address the Bible, which we just showed here in this live. You said the words, I will allow you to do it. Maybe rewind it again and let's hear him say that he'll allow me to do it. Because he thought I was talking about Mark. I wasn't talking about Mark. He just interrupted me. Oh, we're not talking about Mark. I was like, I'm not talking about Mark. I'm simply mentioning that we started at Mark. to show the folly and how you guys have deviated from the original topic, because that's your tactic in creating live streams, to deviate. So baby, play that again. Let the people hear what these guys said. His words, chapter 7, verse 11 was the topic.
Except the least who refuse to prostrate with the others. Then Allah says, what prevents you from prostrating when I commanded you? I am better than he is. You created me from fire and him from clay. So, who's the command given to in chapter 7, verse 11? My brother. Who's the command given to in chapter 7? We're not talking about Mark. So if you're going to leave, leave. But we're not talking about Mark.
See, you brought up Mark.
We're talk about the Bible, how it shows Islam. And that's not defending Islam in the way that I'm saying do it in this line.
See, you want to control the narrative.
Pause it.
All right, you can do it after. You know.
So you see there, I said, no, I don't know if you guys could hear it, but I was saying, no, I don't want to talk about that. I want to address the Bible. And he said, no, we're not going to talk about Mark, because he assumed I wanted to talk about Mark. I said, no, I want to go back to the Bible to prove Islam. And he said, oh, we're not going back to Mark, assuming that I wanted to go to Mark. I didn't want to. I wanted to address other things and other instances in the Bible that point to Islam, like I've done in my lives. But you can hear that he said, you know what? We will do that after. Rewind it one more time, baby. I'm going to be silent. I'm going to let these people hear it.
Except the least who refuse to prostrate with the others. Then Allah says, what prevents you from prostrating when I commanded you? I am better than he is. You created me from fire and him from clay. So, who's the command given to in chapter 7, verse 11? My brother. Who's the command given to in chapter 7? We're not talking about Mark. So if you're going to leave, leave. But we're not talking about Mark.
See, you brought up Mark.
To talk about the Bible, how it shows Islam. And that's not defending Islam in the way that I'm saying do it in this line.
See, you want to control the narrative. They got me on mute right now.
All right, you can do it after. You know what? I'll get right. All right, you can do it after. After this contradiction, you can do it after. I'll let you say what you want to say. Okay, then address it. Yeah, read it one more time. Cool. Thank you. Literally, bro. The level of patience is insane. I would not have let him on here. Whatever.
So am I unmuted? Are you guys going to continue to be dishonest? That's fine. You still brought me back in. Like, what the heck? Y'all still brought me back in.
Listen to what he just said. He just said.
They took me out. They can't hear me.
We can talk about the Bible after I get done addressing. After he gets done addressing.
Didn't say it. Everybody heard it.
We're in heaven. It's not what I just said. I said after we get done addressing the contradiction, whether Iblis and Allah.
Chapter 11, the contradiction we were talking about, that you thought it was a contradiction, but I corrected you.
No.
You don't want to play the rest of the clip.
That was in this line. Listen, if I make the claim and I can provide proof of that claim. All right, you can do it after. You know what? I'll get right. All right, you can do it after. After this contradiction, you can do it after. I'll let you say what you want to say. Okay.
Right there.
Boom.
Boom what? You muted me so I wouldn't have the chance to explain. Okay, you had your chance to go through the video. I'm going to respond now. So you said, this is what you guys do. You want to just talk over. But whoever was in the comments, all those people who were on the live saw this intellectual dishonesty, and you were intellectually dishonest. We're not going to sit here and do this. We're not going to sit here. You played the clip. And then you said that I wanted to bring up Mark. I was bringing up Mark to say that was the topic we had started with, to show that you guys were deviating from the original topic, which was the Gospel of Mark. But I wasn't trying to get back to Mark. I said, let me discuss the Bible. Hold on. I'm not done talking. You guys do this all the time. Let me finish the point before you have some. How can you argue against me if I haven't finished talking? How can you argue against me? I'm not. You're just going to have to boot me. You're just going to have to boot me because I'm not going to change on the subject, bro. Because you keep trying to No, bro. I'm not jumping. I'm telling you what it was said. You literally said the topic Okay.
Nobody can hear you. You're muted.
Okay. Go ahead. I'll wait.
You're jumping.
Nobody can hear me. He's arguing with himself because nobody can hear me. I'm muted. What are you talking? Yelling back and forth if I was muted the whole time. You dummy? Like what the heck?
I'm muted. I can't explain my point unless he wants me to explain it the way he wants. It's
You're not
BS.
listening.
It's
That's the point of
BS.
the problem. You got a problem with listening.
Okay. Here, let me say this then. Let me say this one thing. If I'm not listening, let me finish saying what I'm saying.
You see what I'm saying? You're
Let me finish saying.
And you just want to talk. I said before you go there, let's just the first that you said when we just started talking about this again. We are establishing one point first. Whether you corrected me about going back to Mark or the Bible, I literally said in this clip, okay, fine, you can talk about that after we finish this contradiction. What are you shaking?
You said I was going back to Mark. Can I answer? Or are you going to mute me again?
No, you can't. What are you shaking?
Oh, I can't answer now.
You're shaking your head no, and I just played the clip.
Can I answer the shaking the head question or no? Can I answer the shaking the head question or no? Because if I answer anything, you just gonna mute me. This is the tactic that you guys use. It's sorry. It really is sorry. I do this for real, bro. I do this for real.
That's not how you debate, bro. You don't debate by.
You don't debate by muting people either. You don't debate by muting people either, bro. Come on now. I told you in the beginning, intellectual honesty. That's not honest. When you make the live private, and then now you keep muting me and unmuting me, muting me and unmuting me. I can't say what I'm supposed to. What I have to say.
You made the live private because of you.
Did I say that?
I told you I would give you the freaking clip. Are you stupid?
I didn't. Did I say that you did it because of me? This is what I'm saying. You interject things that aren't true, and then you try to. Oh yeah, he's wasting his time because you guys don't know how to. You guys don't know how to think logically. You guys don't know how to think. It's okay. You guys don't know how to think logically. That's okay. It's okay. Send me the clip. And I'll make a review on it. And you can make it. Send me the clip.
So I'll send you the clip if you're honest. Did I tell you that you can talk about the Bible after you finish explaining to me how Iblis and Allah was in paradise? Did I say that?
You have what you want. Just send me the clip. How about that?
Goodbye. You ain't getting that.
No, of course I'm not. Of course. Bye. Yeah.
Here it is. Intellectual dishonesty. Did I say that you could do it after we finish addressing it? I would have said yes, but I didn't want to. My wife was telling me just get the clip from him because that'd be the best thing because it tells all. But then he just said, I'm not going to send you the clip after he just called me stupid saying that he would send me the clip. You see this? They're bogus as hell, boy. Stay away from these people. I need to blast this, baby. I need you to send this whoever you can. I'm about to end this live. Go get some rest. I've never seen something at this level before. It's almost like retardism. That should be their religion, retardism. The belief that you can argue people who haven't made points yet to argue because you keep interrupting them. Retardism. Nigga, the most delusional fucking apologetics. The fuck you sorry for? Apologizing for what? Yeah, you should apologize the way you running your channel. Terrible. No scholarly skills. Call yourselves refuting the Muslims. Nigga, you might as well refute a baby. Oh, look, he said gabagooby. He's wrong. All these broken English Arabs and Pakistanis and niggas that don't know nothing. You haven't met me yet. We have yet to dive into your scriptures because you will lose that battle. You lost this battle with your own recording that you said you was gonna send to me, but thank God me and my wife recorded the last bit of our conversation to show how you are. And that's just your buddy. You're not even Godlogic himself. You're basically Godlogic 2.0. Which is, I don't know why you would call yourself after another man's name, no originality. That's crazy. He said the verse, chapter 7, verse 11 of the Quran. Who is Allah giving the command to? And I told him, it's the angels. Before this recording, actually. I told him it's the angels. And he said, so why didn't he do it to Iblis? I said, because Iblis was in heaven. And that's how our argument, the one you guys heard just now, that's how our argument started. Because I made the claim that Iblis was in heaven. And he proved himself wrong. by finding the verse 2 verses later than where God is telling Iblis to get down from where he's at, get down from paradise. Hello. So I was right the whole time. He just wanted to privatize the clip, not air it. So all those thousands of people that was in the comments, all them go come looking for you, bro. And you got to answer them. You got to answer them and tell them, oh, I can decide what I want. It's my channel. Yeah. But if you were really honest, you would put everything out there, whether you were wrong, right, or whatever the case is, because it's all about being intellectually honest, not scripturally right, not religiously right, intellectually honest, being accountable for the words you say. But because you got caught up by a real one, bro, it's over, bro. And we have yet to discuss the actual scriptures, bro. You were just picking and choosing at that point, and we started going a bunch of hoopla about what we were picking and what you were picking and choosing. But let's actually address the scriptures. You can't make a live for 3 hours giving the background on stuff like I did with the Bible, like I did when it comes to Paul. Such a liar and a contradictor, bro. Come on, it's over with. Enough leading people astray with their beliefs, because the frequency of the planet is rising and a lot of people are getting left behind, man. There's a lot of people coming into their blessings. And there's a lot of people that just like psychologically is something so fucked with them. Seriously, the world is changing. The rapture has happened. But you wouldn't even know that. Oh, it's not the rapture. Oh, I forgot. You know what it looks like. You've been there. They love refuting anything they can, bro. That's how they move, man. It's so crazy. Anyway, baby, I'm glad you sent that to me. Post it to your YouTube. I'm going to post this to my YouTube. Send it to me, whatever you can do. I'm going to put this out there, and I'm going to put these guys to shame because they're liars. They're blatant liars. Did I say that? Nigga, you just recorded yourself saying it. Nigga, what? Nigga, did I say that they were in heaven and if you could address the Bible again? Yes. It's literally what you said. I played it multiple times, bro. It's over. It's the chosen one. It's the guided one. It's the guided one. It's the chosen one. It's the man with the pitcher of water. And I'm coming for you, Sam Shimon. And I'm coming for you, David Wood. And I'm coming for you, David Lynn and Jay Smith and any other person who comes after Islam, because your Bible tells you to follow that prophet that came after Jesus. And like I said before, you think Jesus would be happy with you if you went and looked at every fucking street corner and saw the weapon that was used to put you, let's say the narrative that Jesus died on the cross is true, according to Christians is true. So let's say it was true, right? You mean to tell me when this nigga gets back and see all these crosses on every street corner, he's gonna be okay with that? You mean to tell me, what other Christian sect of the Catholics? You mean to tell me you're gonna sit down, Jesus gonna sit down with you. You're gonna give this nigga some bread and some wine. He's gonna be like, what's this? You say, well, this is your flesh and this is your blood. Eat with us. Come on. Nigga, what? Yeah, come on, get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here. And don't say, oh, Catholics and Christians are different. No, they're not, because you come out of the Vatican. You come after the Roman Catholics, because they're the Romans who told his story. You believe the people that supposedly killed him and wanted him dead. You follow their narrative. It's just you interpret it as a salvation. It's the same narrative. It is. The people who wanted to kill him and you coming along believing that he was killed by those people, y'all are in cahoots with each other. And you don't even realize it. It's the chosen one, the guided one, the chosen one. It's the man with a pitcher of water. I do this for real. Assalamu alaikum to all.